preemptively avoided our most unhinged opening of all time. Welcome to the show, everybody. We're going live. We're doing it now.
As always, welcome back.
How is
Happy New Year's and stuff. Oh, excuse me.
all right? Yeah, Happy New Year's. I don't know. My computer just did a thing. It just like the screen.
I saw you froze, and I was like, "Wait."
No, that was me freezing in real life. Like it does not appear like anything actually happened to the computer. I just think like I knocked the HDMI thing really quick. I gotta rework my desk like really bad. This is my plan this weekend. Anyway, how's everyone's week? This is our first full episode of the year, not counting the special
Golden Nugget.
The Golden Nugget, yes. We have sent 3 pancake breakfasts to Kendrick Lamar and 1 to Childish Gambino. And that's what we should do.
Reverse. It's like the reverse of what happened to Kid Cudi.
Yeah. We're just sending them food. It's just like that's what we should do. If we ever get like to the point where actually people give a shit about what we say, we should just send people a breakfast. Like,
I like it.
I think that's funny. I think that's a funny thing that we could do. Anyway, do we want to just jump right into it? This is our big predictions, top of the year. Let's all see what's happening.
Yeah.
But obviously we have our own releases, kind of some big releases for the first week of the year, to be honest.
Yeah.
Or at least one. So
Mac Miller's here. We finally got
Balloonerism,
the official release to the 2014 leaks, and is also matched with a film that I believe was last night, I want to say.
Yeah. It is also out on Amazon Prime as of today.
Interesting. I'm going to be watching that this weekend.
Yes.
I'm very excited.
But I am excited.
Yeah, I've been so busy today that I just haven't been able to. All I've done today was brush my teeth and work. I'm very excited to dig into this album. It's going to be probably what I do immediately after ending the show. Yes. But yeah, no, I'm super hyped.
No crying tonight.
No crying tonight.
Happy tears, if anything. But yeah, that's probably the biggest release that's happened so far this year. Followed up with a couple of EPs. We have Logic coming out with Aquarius 3. He's been following this on his Instagram. We also have Mick Jenkins coming out with Type Shit. His EP is releasing, or did release last night. We're recording a little bit later.
Yeah. And it's on like some exclusive thing.
Yes. I believe you actually do have to pay for it.
Is it? I thought it was free.
To double check.
That was his whole thing. His like Instagram caption was like, "Don't fret, it's free."
Oh. Okay, bet. I love that then.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see what website is on. Dropped the project yesterday, first time ever doing so independently. Even that biz. It's $20, but you can pay what you want over that, I guess.
Interesting.
Definitely don't have to. I'm just saying that. Edit 2 downloads are for our chasers will be available January 23rd. So it looks like it's still up in the works. I don't know. He's made multiple edits to the post since then.
Interesting. But, okay.
Yeah. It's been a bunch of stuff going on, but we love Mick Jenkins out of Chicago, so I will definitely be tapping into that eventually. And then we have a legend dropping. We have Busta Rhymes back with Dragon Season. Which
that's interesting.
Hey, I'm here for it, I guess.
So, Purvis, how excited are you for this Logic EP?
I'll probably listen to it, and that's as far as I'm gonna go.
You love Logic. He's your favorite rapper.
I don't deny that he used to be. I have no shame in saying
you said he was your favorite biracial rapper, and then you threw a copy of Born Sinner in the trash.
I said he used to be high up there for me. I did like his music, but he's taken a fall because of the importance to the biracial background.
Yeah.
But
all right. Got a handful of singles coming too.
Yes. Central C and 21 Savage has partnered up for GBP. Some Great British Brown. I'm assuming that's what
I
it
don't
means.
know. Something British.
21 Crumpets.
On guard.
Yeah, exactly. You guys get the point.
It's gonna be.
Is there a music video to that too? Pretty sure there's a music video. There's a music video directed by Lyrical Lemonade.
Yeah.
There you go.
Interesting.
Some other stuff coming up. We have J-Rock releasing a single with 211 called Black Dynamite. He was supposed to drop last year, but so was a lot of other TDE people. So
Yeah. Did everyone on that list end up dropping?
No. Maybe half, which I think is still good.
Yeah. I mean, all the ones I was the most excited about did.
Yeah, exactly. And then last but not least, we have Larry June coming out with January 14th. Because I was wondering what that means. But what can you do? Yeah, that's pretty much all the music. A couple of big names
Yeah.
coming back. And as always, January is a little bit slower year in terms of news and what's going on. Unfortunately, it's all bad news. Hurry Up Tomorrow has been delayed officially by the weekend because of the LA fires. The Rose Bowl show has been canceled as well.
Yeah.
I believe it was delayed to the 31st or something.
Yeah. It's still
the concert was fully canceled.
Yeah. I think he just
The
delayed,
album
is still coming out.
The album is delayed till the 31st because the Rose Bowl show was supposed to be the night of the album release.
I know. I thought they delayed the whole show, but I could be wrong.
Oh, he said he canceled it. I saw that.
Fair enough. Well,
Yeah. What's happening in LA is insane.
yeah.
Because just with everything going on, he just refunded everyone their money, I believe.
Yeah. No. And that's definitely the best call because, like,
Yeah.
it's not going to be safe in LA for a while. Like, to be outside like that for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And along the same lines, Beyonce had an important announcement apparently.
Yeah. Like, I don't think this was a thing that was, like, well known. Or at least.
She tried to keep it down low, but it was. I think this is to announce another country album. Or
the next Renaissance.
Yeah. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of rumors and speculations on that.
I definitely, like, once I saw this, I was like, oh, she was gonna drop Renaissance Act 3. Like, she was gonna not, because, like, I was unaware that there was anything Beyonce related happening. Because, like, she just had the Netflix thing. She was kind of out of my mind thinking that, like, if there was going to be something big, it would either be tied into that or that was going to kind of just be a big thing. And then, like, just kind of quiet for a little bit. And then I saw this and it's like, oh, like, what is, like, this announcement? And I think it's, like, very clearly going to be Renaissance Act 3.
Yeah, she made it well known that she was making an announcement, but with this, I don't blame her for postponing it.
No, not at all.
No.
Okay.
In other bad news,
Yeah.
Drake
Bitch boy.
He dropped another lawsuit.
Make it stop.
Kendrick dropping albums and tracks, and Drake is dropping lawsuits.
Yeah.
He has to do them all in the same voice he did for Hey Guan Delilah. He has to use that voice in court. He has to use that voice in court.
That's funny.
It keeps getting worse, and I don't know how.
It doesn't make sense because it's like, why isn't he just suing Drake or Kendrick?
He's afraid to.
Because like, he
knows
probably
he's not
can't
gonna be able to win that.
Yeah, because he probably can't.
So he's gonna.
Dude,
like,
this is a Kanye level crash out. I feel
honestly, yeah. Like, how many people are going to be able to like look at Drake and be like, "You're a good person"?
He's done. No, dude's cooked. I think his career is.
You think so?
I think how do I put this? I think the only way Drake has any career is if he goes away for 10 years and there is also simultaneously a weird amount of scrutiny on his personal life and we find out that things are better than we think they are. I think without those two things simultaneously happening, I think he's kind of cooked. I think
he has to go away for a while.
He's got to go away for a while. And I think the worst thing he can do is to drop an album in a different genre. I really do. Like,
mean, he's supposed to.
I know he was supposed to, and I know that was the plan before the beef even started, I think.
At least it wasn't announced before the beef, but at least at some point he did say it was supposed to release in October. Or he said the fall, to be more specific. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I've put some thought into it as well. I want to instinctively say that he's done, but it's just such a big name. And so many people still listen to Drake, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean,
people are still going to listen to him, but anything new that he puts out is just not going to.
Yeah.
His reputation is so scarred.
Yeah.
Because everyone's just going to look at it and be like, oh, I say something about Drake, or if I mention Drake's name, he's going to sue me.
Yeah.
Or sue my label.
Yeah. So, like, and that's not a reputation you want to have in a community-based collaborative genre.
You're right.
Yeah.
He even mentioned the streamers and the influencers, and now they're going to counter.
Yeah. I think he's probably going to become a streamer, which is insane. I think, dude, he's going on a MAGA arc. I think by the end of...
He has a gambling addiction that he has way out of control.
He's not using his money.
He's never using his own money for that.
Yeah, but still...
I don't know, dude. Like that is a disease that does come to rich people. Like
it used to be cocaine. Now it's gambling.
Oh, it's probably cocaine too. I mean, I've heard he's a
he has a massive gambling addiction. That's his money, and not just all whatever the promotion's giving him to gamble with, because they do give that.
Yeah. Oh, I have no doubt that there's massive promotion.
Oh, I know that for a fact.
I have no doubt.
But I'm in the industry that gets endorsements like that. They do give you a certain limit, but I don't think they're going to give him an endless amount of hundreds of millions of dollars.
No, and the thing is, those promotions are meant to turn Drake into a whale. Remember, all gambling is profitable for the companies doing gambling. They want like Drake to do it because it will make other young men do it. But their real hope is that Drake pours millions and millions and millions of dollars into this and basically makes it a free ad.
But his actions are also screaming that, because the rumors were he went into the Drake beef or the Kendrick beef because he wanted to show the label that he's better than Kendrick. He's the best there is. I beat Kendrick in this rap battle. They're going to offer me such more money. And then he loses that. And they probably offered him less than what they originally were going to give him. And he's pissed.
No.
And he's thinking the label did that so they can get the leverage on him.
Because everyone's against Drake.
Exactly. And you'll only be arguing with shit like that if you don't have, like he shouldn't be worried about money like that.
Yeah, no, Drake should not be worried about money.
It's like, what happened to doing this for the art of the music, not the money?
I mean, if anything, right now...
We haven't had anything like that. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, we haven't had anything like that from Drake since pre-2016. So
since we haven't had anything from... Oh, I'll keep it real. Like, we haven't had anything like that from Drake since Take Care. Like, I think, like, it's even... I get why you're drawing the line there because there's a quality demarcation there. But I think it's even way earlier than that, right?
Yeah, the commercialization is what I was thinking of.
Oh, yeah. I think that's a fair point. But, yeah, and I think that's a problem. I think that's a problem that plagues a lot of rappers, like a lot of artists, just artists, period, right? Is that it starts off being like a form of expression and it becomes how you make your money. And, like the lifestyles of the rich and famous. It's not something you can avoid. I mean, someone who kind of like this reminds me of, and like, in a much more empathetic, I have a lot more pity for, not pity, but like, I think this person is like a genuinely decent human being that just kind of got caught up in it, is like Kid Cudi. Right? Like, I don't doubt that Kid Cudi loves doing all the different things he loves doing. But, like, there is a certain point, like with Insano, for me personally, it felt like a product more than anything. And I think a lot of Kid Cudi's releases have. But I think he's still a legitimately very talented artist who has made some of the best albums I've ever heard. And like those two things aren't mutually exclusive. You see it all the time in like film with certain directors who like Michael Bay. Michael Bay was a hacky studio director for years, and then he did Pain and Gain, which actually had like an element of expression in it, right? And then you have directors and artists who are able to just make it about the expression the entire time, and that's I think what makes for an elite catalog.
Mm.
And I don't think it's an accident that while those artists and those directors can get huge, I think very few of them are like the most profitable, the most highest watch, highest listened to. Like Nolan might be the most popular director working today, but like his movies don't make as much money as like a Disney IP or like Warner Brothers IP film. You know what I mean?
I think we're going to see that a lot this year as well in terms of just like hip hop because of Kendrick taking the throne away from someone who was
Kendrick has just solidified it, right? Like it is just like it kind of
the rap we're going to get is more natural and authentic to the person.
Yeah.
And much more or less of a product because the person that was leading the genre is a product within itself. Like Drake was a product that released every year.
Yeah.
But a lot of the rap we get was in the same fashion.
Yeah. And even like Kanye, who I feel like has much more redeeming aspects of as an artist strictly, like, I think he was very product focused. I think he still made very, very good albums. So like, whatever gets you there, gets you there. I'm not going to, stand like moralize this, but like, I think he was very project focused. And I think that's why like hip hop became so vibes and aesthetics and, in group and out groupy, like in the last like decade and a half. So I think now with such a huge sea change last year, like I do think hip hop is going to change massively. And I think the kind of artists who are resonating with people in and out of the hip hop community is stunning. Like I think is tells that story, right? Like think of how big of a year Jid did. Think of how big of a year Doechii had, right? Like these are artists that, there's a lot of music out there that you might not like, but now we have like really legitimately great artists rising up. And I think this sea change is ultimately going to be very positive.
Yeah. I agree.
Where were we? Like, we were on the Drake suing UMG. Oh yeah, he's a bitch. Like,
in conclusion, yes.
In conclusion,
we need to get across.
Yeah, in case there's any debate left, Drake is just kind of a bitch. Like,
we'll see what's. I'm sure something's gonna come this year, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll get to it. We're gonna talk about it.
Yeah, and then the last little bit of news: Kid Cudi. Speaking of
this is nuts.
Someone broke into his house, took a shower, took a shit, ate his food.
It's so weird, but like,
he's lucky he didn't get George Harrison.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know.
George Harrison was killed after a guy broke into his house in the night and stabbed him.
Yeah,
Jesus. All right then.
Yeah, no, I mean, although it's something I think is I just want to point out because my father was in law enforcement, so I know a lot of these stories, and apparently this is a lot more common than people like breaking into your house to like ransack it. It's just like people breaking in, doing what they can, and then leaving before you get home. That is like, not to say that like this isn't scary and like Kid Cudi shouldn't feel like kind of fucked up about this. He absolutely should. It's a fucked up thing to do to someone. And I think maybe the fact that no one got hurt might not do that justice. But I do think it is important to keep in mind that this is actually rather common, right? People going into your house and like ransacking it, like that is a thing in movies. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, do we have anything else to say about this?
No.
All right. Well, time to get to the main story, everybody.
Yeah. As always, our first episode after the Golden Nugget is our predictions, our wish lists, our dreams to what's going to come for the year. Essentially, the way I broke it down this year, we're going to first talk about albums, and then we're going to talk about collaborated projects. Then last, we're going to talk about tours, concerts, and potentially people blowing up. So, just to get started with some of the albums, I wanted to go over what's already confirmed. Some things we have dates, but I will say, for beginning of the year, this is the most unknown like release dates I've had for albums. I feel like in a
There's a
while.
lot that's like in the ether, and like people
Right.
say that they're working. The majority of this list is like people are like, yeah, it's working on it, but you know,
Yeah, half of the stuff I wrote down here, honestly, are delayed projects.
yeah,
So, just
I
to get
think that
started,
also has to do with the end of the year finishing out so hot.
yeah, and like it is January is always very slow. Like usually you start seeing huge album announcements start trickling in around March, right?
Mhm.
I
Honestly,
think after the Super Bowl, I think everyone's waiting to see what
yeah.
Kendrick does at the Super Bowl.
I gotta keep it real. I think the fact that there's a weekend album dropping in January this year kind of makes it a big year. To be like a big is a bigger start to the year than we got last year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but the weekend usually drops in like his last couple albums dropped in like January-ish,
Only one.
like around here.
His last
Well,
album did,
his that yeah.
but the one before that dropped in March. The one before that dropped in October, and all the ones before that dropped in the summer.
Still around January-ish.
yeah.
That's a stretch. Like October around January. Like
I mean,
Couple of months there.
yeah, there's a couple months there.
He's sliding in on the last day of the year.
Yeah.
Or the last day of the month.
Yeah, no, but and once again, we'll see because I feel like this album has been now like delayed a lot, and like I absolutely have a lot of admiration for the choice to delay it because of the fires. So, but at the same time, I still feel like it's like a let's see.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. So, do we
Sure,
want to
yeah.
do round robin wishes? Do we want to go over all the stuff that's coming?
I guess we could start with what's confirmed. That way we know what we're walking into.
Cool. Run it down, Purvis.
At least for the ones that we actually have dates on, Central C is dropping his project. The first single that we talked about dropped with 21 Savage. He'll be dropping Can't Rush Greatness next week on the 24th. We have The Weeknd, as we discussed, Hurry Up Tomorrow, the end of his last trilogy, it seems like. Coming out the last day of the month on the 31st. Then we have Roddy Ricch coming out with the Navy album coming out on February 21st. Finally, a return to Roddy Ricch.
Interesting.
And then we just have a long list of people saying that they were dropping.
Yeah.
Most of these are delayed, and I'll kind of whip through them. I won't stay too long on them. But ASAP Rocky finally should be dropping Don't Be Dumb. That was supposed to come out in the fall last year. I think in the summer even. Baby Keem, this has been discussed for a while. Child with the Wolves. Chance the Rapper, this has been discussed for a while. Starlight Gallery. Clips we've confirmed, or maybe not confirmed, but there's been a rumor that Kendrick Lamar will have a feature on this album. Let God Sort Him Out. Denzel Curry has been talking about dropping 2 projects this year. One of them is Designed by Angels. As we said previously, Drake and Party Next Door is supposed to be having an album that has been delayed crazy. We finally have received news about the next Freddie Gibbs Mac Lib. Lord, give it to me. I need this.
I know.
Montana.
This is immediately at the top of my excited for
Like,
list.
please. And another collab with Madlib, Mac Miller dropping Mac Lib. Lord, we need it. The infamous Fall Off. My goodness, J. Cole has been in a discussion in a very bad way last year, so he needs this.
I mean, with this, I think we should be on watch alert for this.
Yes.
Yeah, I think this
Very
is a. I think
because
this is a
he kind of
announcement incoming.
teased. He kind of teased at the 10th anniversary show that he's hoping to have new music out by
Dreamville.
Dreamville.
Yeah, no, I think this is like a little bit more solid than the rest of the ones in this section of the list. But yeah, it's. I think an announcement is fairly imminent, or maybe a single too.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Mac Lib, I think that's going to get delayed till next year.
You think so?
Yeah.
I could
It was supposed to drop
They
last
just put
year, but like, yeah, I can see
They
it.
just put out Balloonerism, so I think they're going to let that ride out. And then probably around November, they'll start teasing and then drop in January.
I love its estate. Some other stuff that's been rumored. J Rock was supposed to drop last year with the rest of the TDE calendar. Eastside Johnny. Jid was supposed to drop like 3 projects that he said the first day of last year. That sucks, but we're still here waiting for that. Obviously, we have the crazy ones. We have Kanye with Billy, Playboy Cardi with I Am Music, which neither one could drop, and I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
And then obviously, it seems like we're due for an RTJ project, RTJ 5.
Yeah.
Has there been any?
I mean, they just started
any
teasing themselves together on
oh,
social, on Instagram.
Yeah.
They've
Yeah.
been teasing that they're all together.
Yeah. They're out
So,
together. LP was on
Yeah.
tour with them. Like LP has said he's working on something, and like everything he said. He was doing an interview with this podcast. I forget the guy's name. Open Mike Eagle. And he was like, I'm working on stuff. This was like at the end of 2023. He's like, I'm working on stuff and it's not solo material. And that's all he said. Like,
we know what that means.
yeah, we know what that means. He has had other collabs in the past, but like they just never came to fruition. RIP LP Mac Miller collab. But yeah, let's finish the list and then we'll talk about RTG.
For sure. There's only 2 more left. Smino is finally dropping his full project. She's Always Dancing. And last but not least, West Side Gun will be finally dropping Fly God is an Awesome God 3. The third in terms of his series, the actual real projects, not the mixtapes.
Yeah, no, these are his albums.
Right. This is
this and then
full
the Pray.
effort.
Yeah. And I think that's another reason why I do just appreciate West Side Gun so much, is because like there's a lot of different expectations you can bring into different albums. And like, yeah, there's like a learning curve because you have to like know which series you're talking about. But like, you know, some of them are like full effort, really intricate things. Some of them are more mixtapes.
Yeah. Something for the fans. It's nice though. So Jasper, if you were annoyed before, prepare yourself.
I don't know. I'm hoping that the album will feel a little more thought out and a little more together, which is what I'm kind of looking for.
Yeah. How did you like And Then You'll Pray for Me?
It was okay. I didn't dislike it as much.
That one is like an album, but that one I think is one of his weaker projects. I do like a lot of tracks on it a lot. I just think it's extremely bloated.
Yeah, it's bloated.
Like
I got
pink
a
tape
slow.
level bloated. Like it's very bad. Like, but yeah.
Shall we round robin then?
Okay, who wants to go first for album wishes? I will.
I'll go first.
Yeah, go ahead, because I was going to say the one we share.
Yeah, you can go right after me. It's RTJ5.
We've already talked about RTJ5. RTJ has a habit of dropping when people need them, with the Michael Brown protest or the COVID-19 pandemic / George Floyd riots / the first term of Donald Trump. And boy, do we need them now. So I think,
yes, we do.
I think like, I'm also just like I don't know how to put this. Like I am like very tentative about this album in a way that I wouldn't be for any other artist that had a 4-album streak like Run the Jewels. But just because it's like, does Michael mean that Killer Mike is even better and now Run the Jewels is going to be even better? Or is now Killer Mike kind of like on his own lane and now Run the Jewels is kind of phasing out? I am inclined to maybe start thinking the former, because he's still touring with LP and him and LP still seem to be extremely close. But when Michael first dropped, I was kind of leaning towards the latter. And I am just very excited to see what this is. This is the longest we've gone with our Run the Jewels project.
It's just about time.
It's about
5 years.
Yeah, because like it grows every time.
June of 2020.
Yeah, it's been 4.5 years. Before that was like 3.5 years. Like it's been growing each time. And I think they've confirmed that this is also the end of their series, where they're doing the Run the Jewels 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then they're going to do named albums. And so I'm curious about that. And like, I wonder if this is going to be like the one where we get all the big features they've been teasing throughout all the Run the Jewels projects.
You can only hope.
You can only hope. Listen, I remember seeing that picture in the run up to Run the Jewels 4, where LP posted a picture on Instagram for 20 minutes of him in the studio with Outkast. And it was like, I want that so bad. I know it won't happen, but I just want the Run the Jewels.
Yeah, that's never going to happen.
I don't think it's never going to happen. Big Boy and Andre are both making music, and both making music still with Killer Mike. So,
you know what the collab's going to be? The feature is going to be Andre 3000 playing the flute.
I don't care. Let him do it.
Probably. You're not wrong.
And if we do have a dream feature, and this is teasing, get me Jid and Denzel on a Run the Jewels track.
That'd be insane.
I think those two I just want them on an LPB. I think that would just be. I think that could tear down the country. Like, what if Run the Jewels 5 was just Denzel and Jid?
They pass it off.
They passed the torch. But yeah, that's my first one, is Run the Jewels 5.
I guess you and Jeff have the same one, so I'll just go next.
Yeah.
You go next, Purvis.
He pretty much took everything I was going to say.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys just mentioned it's Jid. I need Jid. It's been too long.
He said there was going to be 3 albums last year.
Yes, literally January 1st last year. He said there's going to be 3 projects that he's releasing this year. He released 2 freestyles. And that's it. So I'm your boy's suffering.
Yeah,
so,
no, we need Jid season.
I mean, technically, a freestyle is a project he made.
I suppose, but that's not what I want.
I think like Jid was way too specific. He was like,
he put out 2 projects.
Look, he said 3, so he's still missing one. Whatever you want to go by. Whatever.
You're giving him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Listen, if the music comes out and it's good, that's all we need. Like,
yeah, literally.
I say, Purvis, are you saying Jid not better?
No, Jid is better. Jid's always better. Jid better. But
Jid better drop.
Yeah, he better drop. I need something. And of all times, since I don't think hip hop's going to be as commercialized as a product this year because of Kendrick, Jid, please, this is the time.
Yeah.
You are the voice of the people. But anyway, Jasper, go ahead.
Yeah, let me pull mine up here.
Also, I have some honorable mentions. I keep thinking of people who I hope drop.
It's a loose episode, so
yeah,
just do whatever you want.
I mean, I'll say like very on brand for me. Travis teased new music at the end of last year, so I'm curious what happens in a post-Utopia career for him. Like, that was a hell of a turning point. What happens next, you know?
That's almost certainly for Jack Boys, though, don't you think?
Maybe. We haven't really heard anything either way about Jack Boys, as far as I know. Like, anything confirmed.
That was going to be
he did just release 4x4, the WWE Raw theme song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
That was cool. That was a cool thing to see.
Yeah. I'll take Jack Boys before I'll take another Travis.
Yeah. I feel like Jack Boys, like, I feel like that's another one that I feel like is ripe. I feel like that will happen.
Yeah, I mean, Don Toliver had a good year.
Yeah, Don Toliver had a good year.
Sorry.
For my second one,
we're
doing round robin.
Oh, my bad.
Well, we're kind of doing round robin because we have a bunch of them. If you want to just do a second one, that's fine. Because I have at least 3 more I want to bring up.
I'm really curious if Doechii puts anything else out this year.
Right, because she said it was going to be her album. Because like the last one was the mixtape, and it's like on one hand, I think there is a part of me that's just like the Alligator Bites was so good, I just won't be upset if she doesn't drop this year in any capacity. But if she's going to drop it, I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Doechii's a good call.
It's time.
It's if that wasn't an album, it's time for an album.
Yeah, I agree.
God, I can't even imagine what that's going to be.
Yeah. I like
Wow.
Jeff's theory that all the artists that showed up in the Denial is a River skits were the features,
That'll be fun.
which is a hell of a
Black
feature
Box,
list.
Schoolboy Q.
I mean, it.
Tizo.
She has to tease. So I feel like she has to tease something like that. Creatively, I think that's just unique. It's like,
And then
oh, I'm gonna get
the
Earl
project.
Sweatshirt to play Brad Pitt.
That's so
Earl
funny.
Sweatshirt. Jesus, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
But
a
what
classic.
if she actually has Brad Pitt on a song?
Okay.
I could see it.
I don't like.
Like,
I will
like-
avert my gaze. Like,
I
You
don't know,
don't
I
want to
mean-
hear her take a clip from Fight Club and insert it into a song.
I think we're. I mean,
I'm not saying
Brad
no.
Pitt
It's
is-
just
Brad Pitt is culture adjacent. You know, Blonde
I
is
guess
like
so.
the whole thing with Blonde and all that stuff. All
Yeah.
that, so
that
You
is.
never
I
know.
like Brad Pitt, but like,
I
do
like the
it,
term.
but
I
there's a
like the
time
term
and-
culture adjacent.
yeah. Okay.
My second one's Chance. Is he finally gonna fucking drop a Starline Gallery?
I've lost
Impossible.
all patience.
Impossible.
He's
Right.
doing all these fucking listening shows and whatnot.
Yeah, like what is he
Like-
doing? It is.
You're approaching the crash out. Hold it in.
No, I'm not old enough. I'm not. It's just like,
He's talking
How
about
many
Chance.
listening how many listening shows can you do before you release the project? It's
Oh.
like I guarantee half the songs I heard last April aren't even on the fucking album.
They won't be.
No.
All those singles that's been coming out, they won't be on there.
He's been teasing
Yeah.
Starline Gallery for the existence of this podcast.
It hasn't been that long.
Yes, it has, dude. He dropped Child of God with the Starline Gallery thing in the title. Like what, on our 10th before we went public? It was like,
Oh man.
remember
You
Child
might
of
be
God?
right.
Do you remember Child of God?
Let me look it up. Hold on. That's actually funny. Has it been that long? Child of God. was
Outside of that,
2022. March
I know what the Weeknd's next trilogy needs to be.
What? Here we go.
He needs to start making elevator music.
Elevator.
That's
Wait,
funny.
break
Just
it
I
saying.
like
down.
this. No, Jeff's cooking. Let him cook. Like,
Just saying, when you're in an elevator and you hear a Weeknd song drop,
Oh,
you're gonna get into it.
Oh,
All
wait.
of us, when we go to work, have to be in an elevator at least. I
is it
assume
like older Weekend or like newer Weekend? What kind of Weekend?
he's just gonna make his new style, whatever he wants to do. It's gonna be elevator music.
I have a story real quick off of that. Jeff reminded me. For our viewers who don't know, I was in Vegas this week for work and actually happened to make some money gambling blackjack. The reason I knew it was going to be a good night that last night I was leaving to go do it is because I got in the elevator and One More Time was playing.
That's
because of course it was.
Okay.
And you know, what's the gambler's motto? One more time.
look, you quit right before you hit big.
yeah.
Hey, I hit big enough.
See?
We'll be fine.
Okay.
He backs my reasoning.
Okay.
Okay. So
It
I'm
popped
gonna.
in my head today when I was going up the elevator. It's like, we need the Weeknd.
We do need better
Ooh.
elevator.
Sounds like we all just need a night in Vegas with just all the lights.
Maybe.
No,
we need to
that's,
just win like
I can bring-
that's how Jeff ends up on the roof. All right, we're not doing that.
Jeff
There's
on the
nothing
roof.
Wrong with that.
No,
He'll be
I
so
actually think that
burned.
would be Brandon.
No.
Brandon would be the one on the roof.
No, my sea legs are too strong. I am unreasonably like cogent when I'm drunk.
You're gonna get but Brandon, but when you're drunk,
We
you
actually
follow
do
the leader.
No, I
You'll
don't.
follow who's in front of you.
No, I don't.
We have to do
I can
Who's who in
assure
the
you I
hangover?
don't. Like,
Ready.
it. No, we have to do this. Who's who?
If it's with us, you
Like-
follow us.
no, I
'Cause you
don't.
think
You
we're
guys
going the right
follow
way.
me. I have to tell you guys where to go everywhere. Like,
And somehow we still end up in front of you.
I don't know because you're annoying. Like, I don't know what you want from me. I'm the one doing the mental processing, which I can do with half my brain tied behind my back. Like,
So we're gonna assign the Hangover characters.
no,
who's who?
I'm not gonna do it.
No.
Moving
Because
on.
Brandon's gonna end up as Alan.
I'm not Alan. I'm the one who's most likely to get married. So, like,
I was gonna say, who's the one getting married?
yeah, the one who ends up on the roof, actually. So, I guess if you go by
Yeah, I was
that
gonna
one, I
say
guess
it is
there
you.
is a point to be made. Like, I guess that is a valid line of argument. Like, it's what's his face? Justin Bartha or something?
Yeah, Doug.
God, that movie's a classic, but the sequels just were not good.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
All right, back on track.
Back on track. Okay, I'm gonna go with my least controversial one because I thought this was confirmed because he dropped a song like a week ago. And that's Joey Badass. Like, if Joey Badass is gonna take shots and talk about how the East Coast is gonna come up on the West Coast, I want to see what he has to back that up. Because listen, if you ask me to choose between him and the current king of hip hop, I've made my choice. But I'm a huge Joey Badass fan. I like 1999 a lot. I like 2000 a lot. I like All American Badass a lot. I think he's an incredibly talented artist, an incredibly talented rapper, and he makes great albums more than anything else. So that I'm excited to see.
Didn't he just get his ass beat for that whole thing? I saw a video of him like getting attacked or something.
I don't know.
Like physically attacked?
Yeah, like physically attacked. There's like security footage
I
of
don't
him
know
like
about that.
Yeah, I have
disagreeing
no
with
idea.
people
I
and-
don't follow pop. I don't follow like.
I don't know.
I know there was someone that came back and rebutted.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
yeah, but
Where did all this happen?
yeah, no, that's someone I wanted to point out. I could have sworn I saw that his album was slated for the end of this month, but it is not. I cannot find that anywhere. All right, so that's my next one. And if I can just do a quick one because I'm annoying, Belly was supposed to do his big final huge commercial project last year, and then he put it on pause to do 97 miles from Bethlehem for obvious reasons. He has said that his last album is still coming, but who knows? Big fan. Would love to see like just one last like properly polished album. You know, as much as I give 97 miles like kind of a pass on being a little rushed because of the conditions in which it was made, I still want a proper goodbye to Belly because it does seem like his time has kind of run out. Like he does not seem to be that interested in like being in front of the mic that much anymore, which is fine. You know, he's one of the more successful songwriters in pop music right now. So let him do that. But, I would love his farewell album.
That's fair. I think that's a good take.
Yeah.
I guess my last one is Isaiah Rashad. I've been a big fan. It's been 4 years. It's time.
He's really good.
It's perfect vibe music. I need it. But I'm gonna be honest. Out of all the TDE stuff that came last year that was on the calendar, I would have taken him over almost all of them.
Is he gonna come out bussing?
Come out, buzzing, come out, buzzing, come out, buzzing.
Goes hard. Goes hard.
That song is good.
It's so good.
It is just.
So good.
If I admit it is very good, will you admit it does come off incredibly goofy the first couple times you hear it? Like,
It totally
I
does.
never denied that.
yeah, like okay,
This
cool.
man said came out fucking on your cousin. Like, yeah, it's goofy.
Small circles in the hood.
Okay. That
Got
was
him.
stupid. That was stupid.
He said that was
that
stupid.
was fucking stupid.
You're not from the South, Brandon.
Oh man, that's stupid. Anyway,
You're from Cuba.
Yeah, I'm from way south. Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
You're not from hillbilly South.
oh
Thank
man,
God.
that's funny.
Yeah, I'm from the south side of the Atlantic.
Yeah.
I'm not changing it to Gulf of America. Anyway,
God, Gulf of Revolution right now. God, dude, I'm so excited. I think we might actually get a revolution. Like,
okay.
We will see.
dude, it's starting, dude. Shout out to my cousin Luigi. Anyway,
Yeah, Came out
Anyway.
fucking on your cousin Luigi.
Yeah, anyway,
Does anybody have any more albums they want to talk about before?
I have one more I want to do a quick shout out of, and that is I'm
thoughts.
extremely excited for a potential new Turnstile album. It's been 3 years. They do tend to take a little bit longer on their albums than most hardcore bands. But it's time. It's been cooking. They stopped touring like a year ago. Glow On is debatably still my favorite album from this entire decade. I would be very excited to see what Turnstile is doing.
Okay. Moving on to collaboration projects. This one we can have a little more fun with. But just two people you want to see work together. Maybe never worked together before. Maybe it's something new that they're coming out with. Whatever your dream collaborations are.
Well, mine's a dream because it'll never happen. Because it's been talked about by the artists themselves. And I want it to happen, but it won't. And that's a Jid and Denzel project. They have said they were the only artists they would work together with on a full project. Look, listen, if we're making wishes.
It is a wish.
This is my wish. Right. I'll have two interesting ones, I guess. But like this one is for making wishes, this is my wish.
I think I got two pretty interesting ones too.
Yeah.
Okay, well, go ahead, Jeff.
Oh, my first one, Doechii and Lauryn Hill.
That would be fun.
I think that would be fun. I think that's a good match.
I think that would be fun. I think it'd be a good match, and I miss the days of having like an R&B artist on a rap song.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think she would like that R&B and soul would work really well with the sound Doechii has curated.
Yeah.
Come in with a nice chorus. I see it.
Yeah. No, I see that.
Yeah.
I fuck with that
Lauryn Hill
vision.
on the chorus. I think that'd be perfect.
I fuck with that immediately.
I'll just go then. I know it seems very straightforward. I understand we just got 3 future projects, but Atlanta was suffering for a while. I want the 2 biggest names in Atlanta to work together. Well, biggest names right now. In terms of just
definitely. Yeah, in terms of trap.
Right. Young Thug and Future, if I can get a collab album,
that'd be sick.
God.
Have they collabed before? I know they've been on the same song.
Not on the whole album. They've been on songs together. And like mostly it's not even their song. They're both just featured on the same song.
That makes sense. They're both feature workhorses.
Exactly. If we get a full album by them, man.
Can we get a full album of them just doing features?
That's funny. That's funny as shit. Like
somebody make it happen. Like
what if they did honestly, just package up all the features they did together? Because like Way Too Sexy is they're both on, right? Like
there's a lot of songs they're both on and they're not their song. Yeah. Like to be honest.
Yeah.
So yeah. I'm
Young
Thug. I think that'll be the trap album of all time.
Yeah. They should just call it Trap.
Honestly, yes. And then once they go to jail again, it'll just be an acronym for something.
Yeah. It'll be, trust raises.
Okay.
Against prepositions.
God, the lawyer was so cool. Like, but anyway, Jasper, what's your dream?
Yeah.
Obviously, the collab that we need this year is Babytron and Dave Blunt.
What? I don't need Babytron anywhere.
I know. You don't need Dave Blunt anywhere either. I was tempted to meme last time we recorded and basically say that The Cup was Song of the Year.
Oh my God.
I don't even know who Dave Blunt is, and I feel
I was going to say, I don't think Brandon knows who that is.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah. Well, of course. Yeah, he's not on social media like that.
Yeah. I think I've just learned that I'm winning. Like,
there's the video. There's the video where he stands up off the couch and people freak out.
Guys, please wait. No. I can't be seen laughing at this on camera. Nah.
Yeah, if anyone's gonna make Purvis laugh at something that violates his values, it's gonna be me.
Oh boy.
Brandon, we're talking about a guy that's like what, 600 pounds?
Yeah, I'm gonna make
is he
fun
the guy
of him.
with the high pitched voice?
Yeah, I'm gonna make fun of him because he says the F slur unironically in the song. So whatever.
That's true.
I don't think it's the guy I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of the guy who just he only does covers.
No, different guy.
Yeah, like a guy who's like very high pitched voice covers. Like
Shit. I mean, I think for this year, like something I'd like to see. I'd like to see the weekend be part of more collaborative songs that I don't feel are not good. I feel like a lot of the weekend's collaborative songs lately have just not been hitting for me.
Yeah, no,
Um,
he's been dialing him in a lot, like just like kind of role, like playing his role,
yeah,
and
so
they
like
haven't
maybe,
felt.
oh, you know what I want? I want the weekend and James Blake. That's what I want.
I fuck with that. I
Interesting.
fuck with that heavy. I think that's really smart.
Okay.
I think that's
Yeah,
very good.
Haven't they worked together?
Maybe on songs, not a whole
maybe
album. I don't
very
think.
briefly, but like not a lot. And also just like,
I wouldn't be shocked. I would not be shocked to find out that James Blake has like a production credit on something the weekend has done.
I mean, that sounds about right.
But like, I don't think he's ever executively produced anything.
They also
Uh,
feature on projects for other people. Like they're
Fading, they
both
have a
on.
song. It has Post Malone on it also.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that just, yeah.
I
I mean, take that away and then we'll talk
What
about
is
it.
it? Is it some country anthem? Like,
Give me the pre-Malone version.
no,
Free Malone. Okay.
no. Give me that Austin Post. All right. This is back to me.
I think so.
Okay, because I have a few. I have so many now because now that my brain is thinking, I just haven't been able to think about this. My next one is just like kind of seeing two of my favorites who had a really big year in 2024, and I still feel like they could use a little. I think they could use what the other one is offering, and I want to see a collab between The Alchemist and Lupe Fiasco. I think Lupe Fiasco has been doing a lot of his own production, and I think for the most part it's extremely good and worthwhile. But I don't think he's as good as like the best producers in the game, like The Alchemist, right? And I think having a producer like that will really do a step up. And I think The Alchemist has really come into his own on the mic. And I think having someone with like the lyrical skills of Lupe will push him to become like even better. And I think that's crucial at this point. You know, if he is going to be someone who's in front of the mic as much as he is like making the beats, I think like that development is crucial, especially someone, you know, low key kind of older. So yeah, that's like one. And a quick honorable mention, I'll just say because they collabed twice this past year, and I would just love a full album from these two, and that's Glorilla and Megan Thee Stallion. Those two really pull out like
That's a
great,
good one.
yeah, they really pull out great energy from each other. They featured on each other's albums. I think, you know, give me like a good 9-track summer album. Those two sold easy.
Nice.
Yeah.
My second one is Big X the Plug and Beyonce. Big X the Plug has blown up in the country music genre for some reason.
That's crazy.
As
Because
a
probably because
country,
of the Shabuzi artist. The Shabuzi.
it is because it's Shabuzi. Like they're now like Big X the Plug's now being considered like country rap.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. This just recently came out. Like they're expecting him to have a massive year in country rap. So I think with Beyonce dropping her country album last year, I think with the whole Houston and Texas relationship that they have, I think they would be able to do like maybe an EP together,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it would be really good. And I do have one honorable mention. That is Mike Dean and Mexican OT.
That would be insane.
That'd be nuts. That's a great pick.
That is just
It's coming up right now.
I think that would be insane.
Yeah. I was kind of thinking about putting Metro and Mexican OT.
Oh, that'd be good.
Because I think he just needs like big beats. But yeah, no, I think that Mike Dean is a really good pick. Jasper, I believe you're up.
Yes. We just got a Tyler album, so I wouldn't expect an album, but I would love for him to do some more singles with either Thundercat, because Thundercat appears on Noid, and I'd like to see more of what that would look like, or with 070 Shake, because we just got a new 070 Shake album. It wouldn't surprise me if she's going to promote and try and, you know, put out some other singles with people maybe, or like advertise for a tour. I didn't love the new album as much as the previous, so I would love to see her come out with some more people and kind of lean into other musical styles.
I like that. Okay.
Yeah, like imagine if Tyler had a chorus like
Ghost
like
Town?
like Ghost Town. That'd
Yeah.
be crazy.
Yeah, no. One of the ones I wanted to put on here, but I felt like was very boring and basic, was I'm dying for a Tyler Kendrick collab.
Dude, I've been wanting that
that
for
needs
years.
to happen.
Yeah,
feel
no.
like
I think at this point, like they have put themselves on a collision course by being friends, and like
We also got the lightest ever Tyler Gambino, which is something I've wanted for such a long time, but there's no Gambino verse. It's like when we got The Worst Guys and we expected Chance to have a verse and Glassnote blocked it. And
you know what
it's
it reminds me of even more of that is Beyonce on Pink and White,
Yeah, or on
where she's like literally just doing vocal fills.
or on Godspeed, where she
Yeah, or
Godspeed's
Godspeed.
the same
Yeah,
thing.
exactly. Because like
Yeah.
at least for me, like I was still like I was very immediately like, oh, that's Donald and not Tyler singing. But at the same time, like yeah, like if I'm gonna see Childish Gambino and Tyler collab, I want more than just background.
Yeah, and they both put out great albums this year. It's like this past year. It's like, come
Yeah.
on, guys, hook it up, put it together.
Yeah, and Gambino shouted him out on Yoshinoa. So I think that's one like especially like for like maybe a single, maybe like a 3-song EP. I think actually is not crazy.
Yeah, like the summer pack.
Yeah,
that
like
they
the
did,
summer
that
pack
Gambino
or
did in
the
2018.
yeah, like the summer pack. I think exactly like that. Purvis, bring it home.
Yeah. I wanted to do at least one with an artist and a producer, a major producer. And I don't think they have any projects or any work together at all. I tried to Google it, but Pusha T and The Alchemist. Pusha T does a phenomenal job at nice, compact, small albums. Give me a 30 to 40 minute album fully produced by The Alchemist. Oh my God.
Yeah, no, that's killer.
That is
Baggy.
killer.
Jesus.
And not Mike. But where is the Pusha T?
I know what you're
mixtape
talking about. The
he was
TJ
doing
Drama.
with- Yeah, where is that? That was the thing
That was supposed to come out early last year, or I think even
Yeah,
the year
that-
before.
It got announced. Well, it was after it was almost dry. It
was.
like it got announced like mid 2022, and I thought it was supposed to be out like early 2020. Wait, no, mid 2023, early 2024.
I love that. Like,
I don't know.
I understand why a lot of people are tired of DJ Drama. I'm not.
I think Pusha T would fit the aesthetic of that.
I think
very
Pusha
well.
T fits the aesthetic perfectly. I think that's
Yeah.
an excellent pick.
Can you imagine like, what's that song of his? Smoker Shine the Coops, but it's got the gangsta grizzy like in the background. Come on, it's so funny.
It could work. It absolutely works.
I think it could work.
Since we are doing wishes, and I will acknowledge this as a far stretch wish, but J. Cole and Kendrick, we've been asking for this.
I know.
Forever.
No way.
We're
No
never
way.
going
Not
to-
after what happens. Not after.
I just want like 3 songs.
No.
Let's listen. Everyone would.
Forbidden.
Those-
3-song EP.
Those.
Come out, but in both of you say I hate Drake. Do it. Just do it.
Just let
Like,
me know.
please.
Yeah. No. Definitely. If we get a full hate Drake arc from J. Cole, I think that would work. I think that'd be the only way to get it. I just feel like those paths diverged long ago. But like, don't get me wrong. I think they're still good. I just don't think it's as creatively interesting as some other collabs. Like, I'm trying to think who I would love a full J. Cole collab with.
Jid. It's the only person I would-
Honestly, I'm
If
thinking
you were still alive, Mac Miller.
Mac Miller would be great, right? I'm trying to think of a producer though, because I feel like J. Cole, like that's what I really want. Is I want J. Cole to work with a different producer, and like I'm kind of feeling maybe Metro. I'm kind of feeling maybe. I just don't know if he would do very good over like the Skeletal, Alchemist, Derringer kind of beats. But like Metro, I think would be great. Like some something kind of shit. A J. Cole Big Crit album.
Oh God.
I would be annoying. I would be so annoying. That's my big 3. Kendrick, J. Cole, and Big Crit. Like,
You know what would be
Like
absurd
RZA
and
or
would,
something? Oh,
Huh?
sorry. Go ahead.
something that would be absurd and would never happen, but would be insane, would be a J. Cole album produced by Kanye.
I
Yeah.
thought about that.
Yeah, that'll never happen because J. Cole was the first guy to turn on Kanye.
I know, but also like just the sound of that would be.
It would be a
ridiculous.
perfect.
It would
fit.
also come out in 2036 and be 4 different versions, which you could only get if you like went to Japan on a Tuesday in March.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know I'm not wrong.
No, you're perfectly correct, actually, and that's why I hate it. Like,
You'll find a version that will show up on your stem player, but it'll be an extra $120, and you have to return the stem player to get it.
yeah.
When you said it, it sounded too personal, so I was like, I'm just gonna let him get it out. Just like you felt that.
I'm still
last
salty
one
about the
before
Life
we
of
go.
Pablo release. Don't at me.
Tyler, the creator, Pharrell Williams. That's it. And
Oh yeah. Well, we've gotten that a couple times.
yeah, but a nice full project I think would be good.
Full project, yeah. Dude, Cash In Cash Out is
It's a
like
great song,
Banger.
incredible
Yes.
song. I watched the music video to that today on my lunch.
and also what's that? What's the third last song off of Call Me If You Get Lost?
I don't know.
Juggernaut.
Is that Pharrell?
It's Lil Uzi, Pharrell, and Tyler. Yeah.
But okay.
All right, now are we gonna get
Moving
to
on.
tours? I think this one is gonna be very fast,
Yes.
considering it's a lot of repeats.
I mean, there hasn't even been that many tours announced.
There hasn't, and it feels like all the big artists who it's like because of 2024, who I really want to see on tour in 2025, have already announced we already have tickets for. Like,
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
like
you
this,
thought-
my 3 favorite albums of last year have tours announced, and I have already purchased tickets. So it's like I'm gonna have to see like what pops off and what becomes like, you know, what's gonna be the big announcements. But who wants to start?
Childish
I
Gambino,
mean,
because we all have them.
It's Childish Gambino, because like you.
Gambino.
Because
that's
like
the
the
biggest
obvious,
question mark.
I feel like it's an obvious answer because like we were supposed to see him in October, and obviously like I'm hoping he announces this year that we can make up that show.
We can only hope.
I can only hope, and yeah, I see why it's high on everyone's list.
Just because there is, past history where he's canceled a tour and
Yeah,
never finished it.
yes. This is his last one, so it makes me think he probably feels like it's. I'm putting myself in his head or the head of someone who's like doing their last like farewell tour. And to me, that just feels like has a lot more on the line for your legacy than canceling like parts of the My Beautiful Dark, well, not the Awaken My Love tour.
Yeah.
Dude, they all have like long, complicated names. I'm sorry. Like
Awaken my beautiful dark twisted fantasy.
Awaken My Beautiful Dark Twisted Pimp a Butterfly.
Oh. Alright. How well, Brandon, since you have
Oh, okay.
different
So
ones
I'm
than
gonna
us.
go with. So I think the one I really want to see just headline his own tour. I've seen him live, but it was like a split show. I want to see Jid. I just want to see Jid on the road, his own headlining tour. Do I think he's ready for the United Center? Maybe not. Do I even necessarily want to see him there? No, but like, I think he could headline a show at the Salt Shed, and I think that would be incredible. Obviously festival circuit, great. I'm a pro festival kind of guy, but like I do really specifically want to see like just his headlining tour. Not festival stop, not a shared date, not opening for J. Cole. Jid headlining.
I like that.
Yeah.
I would buy seat tickets for that.
Yeah, I would buy tickets for that in a moment. Like
Yeah. He just has to release stuff.
he just has to release stuff. Yeah. I mean, I'll keep it real. I would see Jid live if he doesn't release anything. Like if he announced a tour and didn't release anything, I would still see him. But yes, I agree that because of the economics of how this stuff works, he's only going to go on tour if he releases stuff. So, yes.
Since me and Purvis have the same one, The Weekend.
Yeah.
Start.
Yeah.
Releasing an album.
There's going to be a huge world tour. There's going to be a huge moment. Yeah, no,
It's time.
it's time.
Like,
Like it's The Weekend, so it's like is he going to do the festival circuit first and then announce a world tour, or is he going to announce a world tour and just go into that?
I think just the world tour. I think the weekend either is or he perceives himself to be too big for Lollapalooza or any big festival. You know, besides maybe Coachella, maybe. Like I see, like, I think the jury's out on if that's true, but I think there are definitely artists where that is true. Like,
big as artists out right now, so
yeah, right. So yeah, exactly. Like if Taylor Swift and Beyonce are unfestivalable, which I think is true, I think the Weeknd's probably up there too.
Yeah.
Right. I think Kendrick might be at that level now. Like, so yeah, I think it would just be a world tour. I think that's what he wants. He wants his victory lap, which I'm happy to give him.
And then he goes into elevator music.
I'm not opposed to it. It just doesn't sound like a bad idea.
This might be his last tour too. You never know. So,
and then he's gonna tour elevator music.
No.
Just imagine
coming to an elevator near you.
Wow.
Be like Kenny G.
Yeah, there's actually a series of like house music live sets where they do it in an elevator, and it's called elevator music. Zach Fox did one.
Well,
yeah. All right, who's going next? Is it Jasper?
Or
Indeed.
you, whoever.
Yeah, I mean Gambino, self-explanatory. That's my first one. But then my second one is kind of like, I guess, two people I want to see tour, and one is Eminem because I got to see him, and I want you all to see him because he's still got it.
I would see Eminem.
That would be an insane show to go to as a group. That would be super.
I think that might be a Lollapalooza pick. That's what I've kind of have a vibe for.
Yeah,
I think him and Olivia.
Yeah.
The other one is, regrettably, Lil Uzi Vert. I have a wish list. I realize he's on my wish list for dropping music this year because Eternal Take 2 is the worst thing I've heard in a long time.
Yeah.
Like it makes the Pink Tape look like an A. It's really bad.
Which is tough.
Yeah, which is tough. And
I've heard it's like Vultures 2 level. Like I've heard it's like just straight up.
It honestly, you get past song 3 and it feels like he literally phoned it in. It's just like random bullshit. It's not. Yeah. It's not listenable. It's not enjoyable. I listened to it through once and never again.
Can I ask you a question about it? Because I don't think we ever talked about this in depth, and this is a question I've had for you. Yeah. So, quick sidebar: Does it bother you in any capacity that this is attached to Eternal Take? Because I'm not the biggest Uzi fan. But Eternal Take, I think, is easily one of his better projects.
Yes, Eternal Take, Love is Rage 2.
Yeah, Love is Rage 2 is probably his best one for me. But
I also like Lil Uzi versus the World. And what was the one that came out right after that? That's got Do What I Want on it.
I know what you're talking about.
I know that one. Yeah, Do What I Want. Yeah, I don't know.
The Perfect Love Tape.
The Perfect Love
Tape.
Perfect Love Tape. Those four, for me, that's the Uzi rotation. Like, I listened to the original Love is Rage a little bit and, like, some other stuff, but that's the core. Those four are his discography in my mind.
Yeah.
And, like, the number of hits across those 4 albums
is insane. No, it's wild.
Even the deluxe is a whole other album.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And Eternal Take 2 is such a departure from the tight, fun, semi-concept like format of that album, which also had like some deeper, like sadder cuts on it, like not even slow songs, but like just more like
introspective, I would say.
Yeah, introspective, sure. It's just like this album's like, I like gas, I like drugs.
It's like nitrous. Give me nitrous.
Basically, yeah, it's a lot of that.
Where's my dentist?
He liked a comment on Instagram that somebody did asking if he basically made this to get out of his current contract.
Don't believe it.
I don't know. I mean, it's that bad. Like, you don't fall off that bad in like 2 years. There's no way.
It's got to be a drug problem. It's 100% got to be.
I could see that. I could see it being a problem.
Although I do think
I'm sure he's capable of better than this, even with the drugs. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I think that's totally fair. I do think there might be something because, like, once again, like we clearly have very different takes on the Pink Tape, but I think because I do agree. I think Eternal Take and also Love is Rage 2 and also the Heart Tape. I think all those are very. I don't think they're conceptually incredible. I think they're structurally very great. Like I think they're very well sequenced albums. I think Pink Tape and even when it came out, like. I can see there are some decent songs on there,
Yep.
you know, but the album, the sequencing itself is awful. And I think like anyone would agree with that, or at least it's even Pink Tape was, which I'm sure Eternal Take is way, way worse, because as much as I don't like that project, I definitely see how Eternal Take 2 could be way, 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 way worse.
Yeah, it's
and to me, it seems like this is following a pattern, but way more extreme. Do you think that's true?
I do. I think that what was redeemable for me about the Pink Tape is musically, there's a lot of individual songs within that project that really resonate with like why
I still listen to
music.
Nocturna.
Yeah, like there's stuff on there that's just like solid, like Uzi, like bass, like Uzi starter kit or starter pack, basically that kind of stuff. But Eternal Take 2 is just such a departure down like the rabbit hole of weird, like drugged out, other more different thing. It's like not what I come to listen to Uzi for. It's not what I would want to listen to from anyone. It's just like incoherent. Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
okay.
but I hope he comes back and drops something better and different and then tours it.
I would like that. I hope they get the redemption tour they deserve.
Fuck, God damn it.
Yeah,
you're
I
right.
know. Ugh. Anyway. Okay. Who is it? Me? Am I the last one?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I want to see Doechii on tour. She was on tour last year, but she did like 7 stops, and she was in Chicago. It was on the day of my anniversary. We couldn't do it. Like, but I'm trying to see a tour. I think this is my favorite venue in the city is the Aragon Ballroom, and I think you have to be like a specific kind of artist to like really fill that room in the right way. I think Doechii's right there. I know a lot of people think that she's probably going to end up opening for Kendrick and SZA, and that would be great. But I would like to see her on her own. You know, I think she is someone who has just so clearly thought through every steps of her music. I want to see how she would think through all the steps of like a live show. You know, and obviously if you open for Kendrick and SZA, once again, would love that. Doechii, do it. But you know, obviously you're a little bit more at the whims of the larger artist, you know. So I would love to see her headline something.
I like that.
Yeah.
And I think we would all go to that.
Oh, yeah, I would absolutely go to that, but that's, you know. All right. And now the hardest one.
It's true.
The wish list, the career takeoffs. Who do we want to see go from the people we're talking about to the people everyone else is talking about? Right? Last year, I think like we had Doechii do that. We had that Mexican OT do that. Not as much, but pretty respectably. Who's it going to be this year?
Should we start off with the ones that we shared, I guess?
Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Let's
Me and
start off.
Purvis have one. I mean, Big X the plug, just to back what I was saying earlier. This year alone, he has the vinyl release for his album Take Care that comes out in March.
Take Care was a good album.
Earlier this year, earlier this week, he did a Billboard interview they released. He's supposed to be releasing a country mixtape also later this year. And that's going to have Jelly Roll, Morgan Wallen, Luke Combs, and Post Malone on it.
Interesting.
So he is going to blow up with that. So I think like Post Malone, Jelly Roll kind of brought this new genre of country rap.
Yeah.
And he's going to get inserted with that. And I believe Mexican OT has said in an interview that he wouldn't even mind doing a country song.
I don't doubt that.
So
I think for me,
him jumping on it also.
I think for me, I see Big X the Plug saying he's going to do that, and I would love to see that. Although I do just think he's such a good rapper, I do just want to hear him still make rap music. With that,
not country rap, like just regular rap.
like the Texas rap that he's been doing, like from Take Care or S. Amara, like those projects, which I listened to a lot this year. You know, I would really like to see it.
But that's kind of they're kind of comparing those to like country rap.
You know, I don't think it's crazy. I don't think it's like.
But that's what
obscene.
they're considering like country rap. was like
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah. I think with that Mexican
It's a new
OT,
genre almost.
I do think, yeah, and I think, as long as it's artists like Big X the Plug, kind of approaching that genre and not
Mhm.
Florida Georgia Line, like I think I'm cool
Who
with
kind of really started this is
who's
Yellow Wolf.
yeah, Yellow Wolf, yeah, he really did start this way back when, because his stuff was more country flavored hip hop. Like there really wasn't a lot of like
Yeah,
even Big X the Plug's current music has more country actual elements to it than Yellow Wolf's early stuff.
yeah.
But it
But
was
I mean, that's where
but it did have
it
that
started.
flavor. So I think you're right. Purvis,
Yeah,
do you have
dude,
something to
the
say
fact
about the
that
Big X boy?
oh,
No, I was just gonna say he's been on the come up. I don't follow him as much as Jeff does, clearly, but I think his last project last year would have gone on my in my Golden Nugget conversation if it just wasn't for all the other people.
I feel that. That's how I felt very much about Take Care. I thought I was very good, but like it's a stacked year.
And he's small enough to say like he's still due for that actual glow up moment.
I agree. Even though he is the largest.
So,
The biggest.
and
The
like I said
largest.
earlier,
largest.
I love that.
Texas is making a run right now.
Texas is
So
crazy.
I'm here for it.
When you consider
Mhm.
everyone coming from Texas,
Beyonce, Megan,
Travis, yeah,
like
that Mexican
a
OT.
lot of
that
people,
Mexican OT,
they're making a run.
I
It's
do,
bigger than Chicago right now.
and
which
I
is
think
crazy.
I think like it has been really impressive that like I think Megan has really taken the Texas sound. I think that's something I would really love. I would love if Megan did just like an album that sounded like entirely like that UGK collab she had on her last project. Right, her last project was great and I really liked it, but I would love something more fully Texas.
Dude, she was working with fucking Paul Wall.
Yeah, Paul Wall's in her last video.
Like, come on, you made it.
All right.
Can't get more Texas than Paul Wall.
I'm going to go with one because she's been one of my favorites. Both of mine are women, actually, which was not intentional because I did have Derringer on here. But one of my standout features from 2024 has turned into like one of my golden child artists, and that's Tia Corinne. Her music is wacky. It's colorful. It's like trap music, anime music. It's really out there and fun. But I think she had maybe not, she didn't have the best feature on Kings and Mischievous South because it's a feature festival essentially. But I think she had the most standout one. She was the one that made me stop and like kind of drop my jaw. Because like I expect Ski Mask to Slump God to be great. I expect 2 Chainz or ASAP Ferg to be great. Even that Mexican OT. But I had no idea who Tia Corinne was, and then it was stuck in my head for the entire year.
Is that the hot one?
Yeah, she's the female artist on Hot One.
Yeah.
And I went back, I listened to her first album that came out in 2022, which had like the single Shaka Khan and Freaky T. And yeah, they're like silly little like trap songs, but like that's what Glorilla was making 2 years ago. And I'm going to put this out there. I think Tia Corinne's catalog right now is a lot stronger than what Glorilla's was 2 years ago. And I think she is primed to be that next like big alternative female rapper. The same way that like, Glorilla is like really in that Nashville sound. I think she could be like a trap like female rapper. And to be honest, a hot take I talked over with Rachel before I got on here was I think Tia Corinne is to trap what Ice Spice was wanted to be for drill music.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to tap in.
Yeah. So yeah, I really hope Tia Corinne is on the come up. She has a ton of personality. She does a ton of collabs with Kenny Beats. So just look up her songs with Kenny Beats. Like just listen to those and tell me you don't see the vision. Like all right. Jasper?
Going through the page now.
New artists. I haven't been on the new artist path as much lately as I should be. I guess I would have to say Let me just see. What was their name? I was listening to somebody new the other day. Yeah, I'm not prepared for this section, unfortunately. I mean,
I only had one, then I came up with another.
Yeah, I want. Proud of you. I want Tizo Touchdown to continue to blow up.
Yeah, I'll get to it.
Tizo
I mean,
touchdown. We like
I mean,
that.
I want. Yeah, he's not like his career has, I think, taken off to an extent, but it's like it reminds me very much of where Don Toliver was very early, where it's
Yeah.
like he's not quite a household name and like he has potential, but we have to see what he does with it.
He has insane
Yeah.
potential, and like his debut did not hit the ground running the way I think he is able to.
Yes,
Right?
exactly.
Like his album, like I think you can fit, even though one's an album, one's a mixtape, I think him and Doechii are in very similar places, and I think you can see how like one kind of hit the ground in a stronger level. But yeah, I think Tizo having his own moment.
Yeah.
You know, I think
Yeah.
he's popular right now in music nerd circles, but like my brother doesn't know who Tizo Touchdown is. Like
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
does know who Doechii is. Like so
That one kind of falls where my second one's at.
yeah,
It's like
exactly. And
that's kind of where I was trying to get to.
yeah, exactly. Like, and my second one, I'm just gonna put this out here, is it's a member of one of our favorite rap labels, Armani Caesar, signed to Griselda Records. She has had some stellar projects come out. Her discography right now, honestly, is probably far ahead of like some artists that would say is already blown up. But like she has a fraction of the listeners as the rest of the Griselda members, let alone female artists that I feel like she is similar to in a way, and like just comparable to. So Armani Caesar is someone I've been watching ever since the year of Griselda 2022. And yeah, I think it's been 3 years since her last project. I know she's still with Griselda. She was touring with them last year. That's who I want to see. I think she is primed. I think, low-key, I think she could end up being the biggest commercial act out of Griselda Records. Right? Like, her whole thing is the mob wife aesthetic, and that shit is huge on TikTok. I think Westside Gunn just has to know how to, you know, make something for that audience, which might be the struggle. And I think that's fair when you come from that area. But, like, that's just my take.
I was going to say, like you said, she's already done the work. She already deserves to be popular. She just hasn't clicked.
Yeah, but she is probably, I think, she has a fraction of the listeners as Tia Corinne, Tizo Touchdown, Big X The Plug, Teddy Swims. Like, all these artists, like, I think all these artists are good choices. All these artists are people who I think are primed to become much bigger next year. But, like, she is by far the least popular, and I think she has the most potential. Besides, I think, one of Jeff's picks. Because I've been big into Teddy Swims the last couple weeks.
I mean, that I'll
He's
just go
really
next
good.
then,
Yeah, no, he's really good.
I mean,
ever since the Giveon.
His last album kind of started getting him more recognized and getting him more commercial, more radio play, and all that. I think his latest single that just came out off his next album, with Giveon, I think this is going to insert him into more of that soul R&B style music and not so much pop. Like, he has a phenomenal voice, and that R&B style fits him so well.
Yeah, no, I agree. I've been mostly
Like
just
him, just imagine him with Boys to Men.
He'd be great. No, I love the idea of pairing him with like any vocal based artist right now. Like, I think he is.
Him and Seal, I think, would be amazing.
That's nuts. You know who I see him working really good with? It's a very different take, but Ari Lennox.
That would be.
I was listening to the Therapy album. I've tried everything but Therapy, and the whole time I was like, man, I wish he was there in the Shea Butter Baby sessions. Like, he would fit right in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm a big fan of Teddy Swims. I almost regret not seeing him last year. I pretty much regret not seeing him last year because I've gotten a few things in front of me, and I think it's really, really quality. Ugh. All right.
Um,
Purvis, talk about your golden boy. I know you've been
Yeah.
this guy's champion for a long time.
I've been promoting him for a while. Kenny Mason. I said it before several times, and I'll say it again. It's time. He's due. He's got the skill sets. Yesterday was probably the most popular year that he's had in his career by partnering with names like Denzel Curry. I think it is long overdue.
Yeah.
I am a big promoter. So that, like you said, it's one of my golden child. So I'm gonna promote him until he makes it, and I truly think he's going to make it. So we will see. I did have an honorable mention. I wanted to recommend Mike. Mike, I think, has already blown up in his own sphere because it is underground rap, but he also deserves to be much, 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 much bigger. So those would be my people. Jasper, you want to close us out?
Yeah, my second pick is Rob 49. I don't know if any of you have listened, but he's Louisiana, and he's like if G Herbo and Nardo Wick were the same person. And they've been on songs together, those two. So he's got a pretty interesting thing going on. He was one of my favorite features on Utopia, actually, 2 years ago. He's on
Tokyo Twins.
Yeah, he's on Topia Twins, which is just a wild song, but he's got, a great verse. He also appeared on, what else is he on? Oh boy. I had it pulled up. I don't remember what it was, but he put out 2 albums in 2023, and then 2024 was a quiet year. But I feel like his style is something that could definitely, carry him forward, especially in the I don't know. It's like I feel like he has the potential to do great boom bap, even though a lot of his stuff right now has been pretty heavy, like trap influenced. He's also he's on Lil Durk. He's on Almost Healed.
But
So yeah, solid like 2023 features. Been on some stuff in 2024, but nothing out, and now's I think a good chance for him.
okay.
All right. Well, I think we have hope that 2025 is going to be pretty halfway decent.
That's true.
Yeah.
Last year I didn't really think much, and then the beef happened. So
Oh yeah, no, that was nuts. Oh, the other thing I want, Scaring the Hose Volume 2. Give me Scaring the Hose Volume 2.
Hoes need to be scared.
They need to be terrified, and not just at the Denzel Curry concert.
All right. Recommendations?
Well, hold on. If they were at the Denzel Curry concert, they'd be scared.
That's good. Question: are we seeing Kendrick before or after Tyler?
Before.
Okay, never mind. My joke doesn't work because I was going to say it was going to get progressively less scary to the host, but now it's all out of sync. Now it just doesn't make sense.
Man, this was an episode.
This was an episode. All right, who wants to do recommendations?
I'll go. I mean,
Go
my
ahead,
first
do
one's
it.
going to be Teddy Swims and Gibeon. Are you even real?
Hey,
The song was
That is
really
a
good.
phenomenal. It's so good.
Very good.
I like that.
Okay, I'm gonna go because this is a song I meant to recommend the last episode before the Golden Nugget because I had seen her in concert and I just had to talk about this. So I saw Jennifer Hudson in concert, and she ends by doing a 3-song tribute to Aretha Franklin, which is great. But before that, she does a cover of an extremely famous song, one of my favorite songs of all time, my recommendation. Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen. And the thing that you have to know about that song is that it sounds like a gospel song, but it isn't. Leonard Cohen was a famous Jewish atheist, and the song it's definitely not anti-religion, but it's definitely meant to be like a secular hymn. Like so much so that one of the verses is about sex, like kind of in graphic detail, which is kind of wild.
You tried to do the kitchen chair.
Yeah, exactly. And it was just, so we're sitting there watching Jennifer Hudson, and she has a full choir, a full chorus, an organ, a band, and she has just turned this song into a gospel song. And in one way, it was beautiful because it kind of feels like that's what the song always wanted to be because it's hallelujah. But on the other hand, it's like a little perverse. Like it's a little bit like when Donald Trump marches to Born in the USA, and it's like, no, this song is about how bad the United States is, right? It's not that bad because Hallelujah is not anti-religion, but it is like it is a demonstrably not religious song. And I thought it was very interesting to see it because like she like before and after she was very doing a lot of Jesus talk, and it's like, okay, this is funny. Like,
hear me out. That's also like Donald Trump dancing to the Village People. It's like, well, that doesn't belong there.
you say that, but then the Village People agreed to do his inauguration.
I forgot about that. That's
They,
awful.
it hasn't happened yet, but like,
Happening
Wait,
Monday.
did they actually fully agree? Is
Yeah.
that a thing?
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
them.
yeah,
Kid
a
Rock
lot of them
and,
are conservative.
Carrie
Like,
Underwood.
Hate that for everyone involved.
yeah, like,
Carrie Underwood's getting the most slack
yeah,
at it.
fuck her. Like, everyone go cheat on your white wife. Like,
Yeah, she can carry my Underwood if you know what I'm saying. I like how Purvis is just not having it today.
Yeah, Purvis is just
nothing
like-
has made this man laugh today. Someone
It's
get
the
this
only
man.
reason
I
he
did.
wore
I did
glasses.
earlier when I said though it is a small circle.
Come on now. Why do you think he wore the glasses? Just to take them off for that moment.
Oh boy.
Purvis, recommend a
It's lot
song.
more than- Okay.
Deep breaths.
I'm
It's
just
a
gonna
three-day
do
weekend.
Saba Fighter. I don't know why, but the song Fighter came up in my head. I have Saba on vinyl. The Care for Me album. It is so good. It is so freaking good. And one of the verses just like popped up in my head in the middle of an argument, and I was like, "Damn, this is a good song." So Saba Fighter, highly recommend.
Good.
Who's next? Me?
Who's got? It's either you or Jasper.
I don't even
No,
know.
I was first. So my
Jasper,
second
have you
song
gone?
is gonna.
Oh,
Oh no! Oh yeah. So
Speak up.
Jesus, Jasper.
Tupac, I ain't mad at you.
okay.
Piano chords. That's all you need.
I respect it.
That's fun. That's very fun.
I mean, it's a great song.
That's a great song. Yeah, I like that a lot.
All right. So yeah, then now it's me, I assume.
Yes, it is
Yeah.
you.
So I'm going with a house song from an artist from right here in Chicago, Jake Short and Bishop Snow, 1995. It's
Mm,
short and it has a great beat and it's phenomenal.
that's fun. God,
It sounds like a classic 90s like house song.
that's what I need. I need more house music in my life.
Same.
Jake Shores, if you haven't started listening, I
I'm
recommend it.
vaguely familiar, but yeah. I'll have to give it a full listen. All right.
Songs on Spotify, so
All right. So next one's short and sweet. I had this written down for like a month because it's like this is an artist I just want to listen to more of in 2025, and completely forgot that a project of theirs is dropping today. I'm recommending "OK" featuring Tyler the Creator by Mac Miller, one of the bonus tracks off watching movies with the sound off. I spent a lot of December like listening almost exclusively to like mostly to an audiobook and then Christmas music and then Mac Miller. That's kind of been my December. So a lot of Mac Miller, hoping to listen to him a lot more in 2025. Balloonerism is a great start to that. So yeah, OK featuring Tyler the Creator. And also the first song by Tyler the Creator I really loved. Or with, I guess.
I think it's my turn.
It is.
Yes.
But there are no rules.
Right. Surprisingly enough, I listened to Bad Bunny's album that he just dropped this year. This was the actual first big project.
Oh, yeah, that's a huge project.
Yeah. Massive. It's not really in our circles necessarily, and I don't speak Spanish fluently, so this was difficult at times to get through. But I did get through this album several times. I like the music. I mean, I understand all of it, but I wanted to recommend the title track, DTMF. It sounds beautiful, and when you pull up the lyrics, it almost made me cry. But,
Yeah.
it's a very touching story, and it comes with a film as well, just kind of speaking about how culture is changing over generations.
Mm.
So highly recommend it.
Mm.
That's all. And Jasper closes out.
I'm going with Knight Rider by Joji.
Ooh, I haven't heard some
Good one.
Joji in a long time.
Good
Yeah.
song from the second half of my favorite album of his, Smithereens.
Man,
And
listen to some Joji.
Let's put
Smithereens
that
is
song
such
on
a good
right
word.
now.
I'm
Crazy
gonna
bass.
listen to some Joji. Good shit. Okay. Oh, that's a good pick.
And one thing I like about recommending Joji, not that people here don't know who he is, but I think it's very cool that he is an artist who is most popular in like Far East Asia, despite being American. It's like he's
Yeah.
got like a very diverse and like expansive like global following in a way
Yeah.
that like you don't really see in most artists we talk about, with the exception of like The Weeknd
Yeah.
and like Kanye and like some of the really big folks we talk about. A lot of us we're like very kind of like US, UK focused. This is like kind of a nice change of pace from that. I think it's a pretty cool feature, or a pretty cool, I guess, byproduct of his career.
I like that. It's a good pick. All right. How do we sign off? Like,
Oh,
favorite,
I don't know.
comment,
Like, favorite,
etc.?
subscribe. Tell us how much we suck. Tell us who we forgot about.
Yeah.
Tell us that one of the biggest artists in the world is dropping an album. We forgot to talk about it because we always do.
Tell us who you think's gonna drop. Tell us
Tell
your
us
thoughts.
which one you think is going to wear a hat next week. We all kind of switch
tell
off
us
wearing
about-
hats.
Who's gonna wear a do-rag? Like, this is obvious who's gonna do
Tell us
it.
about the sick album Ben Shapiro is going to drop.
No, shut up.
Okay.
Like, we don't talk
We're gonna
about
get
Ben Shapiro
Brad
on this
Pitt
podcast.
on an album.
God. All
Thank
right.
God my radio station dropped him.
I'm done. Bye.